Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. You gotta stop thinking small. The mind is the starting line for everything you will ever achieve in this life. Before a dream becomes real, before a goal gets checked off, before a victory gets celebrated, it first has to exist inside your mind. Nothing you see around you, nothing you admired, nothing you wish you had ever came into being without somebody first imagining it. Every building you walk into, every business you buy from, every song you hear, it all started in someone's mind. That idea got planted in the soil of imagination, and it grew because they dared to believe in it. If you want to change your life, you don't start by changing your address, your job, or your friends. You start by changing your mind. You have to dream bigger, think bigger, and allow yourself to believe that more is possible for you. So many people get trapped living small because they've decided in their minds that small is all they deserve. They've convinced themselves that big dreams are for those people, the lucky ones, the rich ones, the ones born into better circumstances. But let me tell you something. The only real gap between the life you have and the life you want is how you think. You can't think small and expect to live large. You can't doubt yourself daily and expect to walk in confidence. Your mind sets the temperature for your entire life. If your thoughts are cold with fear and self-doubt, your results will freeze. But if your thoughts are fired up with vision, passion, and belief, your results will burn with success. That's why it's not just about working harder. It's about thinking. It's about believing in possibilities even when the world gives you plenty of reasons to quit. It's about waking up every day and asking yourself, what else could be possible if I dared to dream just a little bigger today? Nobody ever built anything great by thinking average. Nobody ever lived a life of purpose by thinking safe. Greatness demands a higher level of thought, a higher level of belief, a higher level of dreaming. It demands that you see things with the eyes of faith before you can ever touch them with your hands. It demands that you trust in a version of yourself that hasn't fully shown up yet. And yes, that's scary. But that's where all the magic lives, right beyond the walls you built in your mind. Everything you're hoping for, praying for, working for, it's already within reach. But it's waiting for you to meet it at the level of your thinking. Your next breakthrough isn't somewhere out there. It's sitting just on the other side of a new thought, a bigger dream, a bolder belief. Your mind is the starting line. And when you learn to dream bigger, think higher, and believe harder, you set yourself up for a finish line you never even thought you could reach. You were built for more. You weren't created just to survive another day, pay another bill, or get through another week waiting for the weekend. There is something inside you that was made to soar, not just exist. Too many people walk around like survival is the goal, like getting by is the prize. But deep down, you know you were made for something greater. You feel it when the world gets quiet. You feel it when you're alone with your thoughts. You feel it when you see someone else living out their dreams and something inside you says, that could be me. You are not designed to be average. Look at the fingerprint on your hand, one of a kind. Nobody on this planet has your exact makeup, your exact wiring, your exact soul. You are once in a history event, but somehow you've been convinced to live like you're just another face in the crowd. You were built to rise above limits, to chase after visions that scare you, to touch heights that once seemed impossible. Settling should feel uncomfortable to you because your spirit wasn't built for sitting still. Sometimes life tries to beat the more out of you. Setbacks, heartbreaks, rejection, they come along trying to shrink your belief in what's possible. But hear me clearly, just because life gets tough doesn't mean you were built to break. In fact, it's the opposite. You were given everything you need to fly above the storms. Strength you didn't even know you had is already inside of you. Endurance, creativity, courage, all packed into your DNA, waiting on you to tap into it. Survival is natural, but soaring is intentional. It takes courage to aim higher when you're tired. It takes belief to dream bigger when the world says play it safe. It takes strength to step out into the unknown when fear is telling you to stay where it's comfortable. But you are made to be comfortable. Comfort zones are cages. Safe thinking is a slow death to your destiny. You are made to climb mountains, to shake the earth, to leave a mark so deep that generations feel it. There's a fire in your soul that the world didn't give you, and the world can't take it away. It might flicker, it might feel like it's dying sometimes, but if you breathe on it with faith, if you fan it with action, it will roar back to life. You are capable of more than just working a job you hate. You are capable of more than just hanging around people who don't see your value. You are capable of more than just surviving from one paycheck to the next. You have dreams in you for a reason. You have visions in you for a reason. You have gifts, ideas, and passions placed in your heart because you were always meant to do something with them. Comfort zones kill dreams. If you're feeling too comfortable right now, it's a warning sign that you're thinking too small. Growth never happens in comfort. Dreams are not built in cozy, familiar places. They are built when you're stretched, when you're challenged, when you step out into spaces that make your heart race and your palms sweat. Every great story you've ever admired was written outside someone's comfort zone. Every success, every breakthrough, every victory came when somebody decided to leave safety behind and chase after something bigger than their fears. Comfort tricks you into believing you're okay where you are. It whispers lies that say, this is good enough. Stay here. Don't rock the boat. Don't risk it. But deep down, you feel it, the restlessness, the stirring, the nagging sense that you're meant for more. That's not something to ignore. That's your true self trying to wake you up. If you silence that voice long enough, you'll end up living a life far smaller than the one you were born to live. Growth feels uncomfortable because it's supposed to. It pulls you in directions you're not used to. It demands more of you than you thought you had to give. It challenges your limits, your patience, your faith. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Muscles only grow when they're stretched and torn a little. Minds only expand when they're challenged to think differently. Spirits only rise when they're tested in the fire. Comfort zones don't teach you anything new. They just recycle the same old routines until you forget what dreaming even felt like. If you're serious about your dreams, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable. You have to be willing to be the beginner again, to step into rooms where you're not the smartest or the most talented, to take risks where the outcome isn't guaranteed. You have to stop waiting for the fear to go away before you move, because real growth happens when you move in spite of fear. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's feeling the fear and doing it anyway. The people who change the world, the people who live the life others only talk about, are the ones who made peace with discomfort. They got used to feeling nervous. They got used to stepping into the unknown. They understood that every time they pushed past fear, they got stronger, smarter, braver. And with every step outside their comfort zone, they moved closer to the life they were created to live. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be willing to stretch. You just have to be willing to get a little uncomfortable for a dream that's bigger than your excuses. Staying comfortable will cost you your calling. Playing it safe will rob you of the life that could be yours. Comfort zones might feel good for a while, but eventually they turn into cages. Rejection is redirection. Every no you hear is not a dead end. It's a step pushing you closer to the right yes. Too often we take rejection personally, as if it's proof that we're not good enough, smart enough, talented enough. But rejection isn't a judgment against your worth. It's simply a signpost that says not this way. It's guidance. It's protection. It's setting you up for something better that you can't fully see yet. If every door you knocked on opened, you might walk into places that aren't meant for you. Sometimes the no is saving you from wasting years on the wrong dream, the wrong people, the wrong opportunities. It's easy to get discouraged when you pour your heart into something and it doesn't work out. It's easy to doubt yourself when you show up with everything you've got and still get turned away. But real winners don't see rejection as a reason to quit. They see it as information. They adjust, they grow, and they keep moving. They understand that a no today might just be clearing the path for a bigger, more powerful yes tomorrow. Rejection doesn't destroy them, it refines them. The truth is, the more you put yourself out there, the more no's you're going to hear. That's the price of daring to chase something bigger than ordinary. Every successful person you admire has a long history of hearing no and deciding to keep going anyway. They didn't get to where they are because they were lucky or because the doors always swung open for them. They got there because they refused to let rejection define them. They understood that the dream is always worth more than the discomfort of hearing no. Every no is building your resilience. Every closed door is forcing you to get sharper, stronger, and more creative. It's building the kind of character that can handle the blessing you're asking for. Because let's be real, some of us are praying for things we're not even ready for yet. Rejection is sometimes the very thing that prepares you to receive what you ask for. It grows you up. It humbles you. It sharpens your focus. It tests how bad you really want it. If you only moved when things were easy, you'd never find out how powerful you really are. If you only tried when success was guaranteed, you'd miss out on the strength and wisdom that only come through the struggle. Rejection is not there to break you down. It's there to break off everything that isn't meant to go with you into your next level. It's pruning. It's clearing the weeds so that what's meant to grow in your life can finally take root. You don't need everyone to say yes. You just need the right ones to say yes. And sometimes the right yes is hiding behind 1,000 wrong no's. Talk bigger, walk bigger, speak higher over your life, and move like you're already where you want to be. Too many people are waiting for the breakthrough before they act like they belong. They're waiting for the title before they carry themselves like a leader. They're waiting for the blessing before they live like they're blessed. That's not how it works. You have to speak it first, believe it first, walk in it first. Even when nothing around you looks like it yet, your words set the atmosphere for your life. What you speak over yourself has power. If you keep talking small, thinking small, and moving small, don't be surprised when small is all you ever get. You can't expect $1 million life with a $2 mindset. You can't pray for big opportunities and then talk yourself out of them every time they show up. You have to start declaring who you are, where you're going, and what you believe you're capable of. Even if you're the only one who sees it right now. Talk like the person you're becoming, not the person you've been. Speak life over your dreams when nobody else claps for you. Speak victory over your situation, even when you're standing in the middle of a mess. Your future listens to your voice, not your circumstances. Walking bigger means carrying yourself with the confidence of somebody who knows the finish line is already theirs. It's not about being arrogant. It's about being anchored. Anchored in who you are, anchored in the vision you've been given, anchored in the belief that you're not here to blend in. You're here to break through. You walk with your head high even if you're tired. You walk with purpose even if you're scared. You walk with vision even if your current reality doesn't match it yet. Faith moves first. Evidence shows up later. If you want to change your life, you have to change the way you talk and the way you walk. Stop speaking defeat over your future. Stop shrinking yourself to fit into places you've outgrown. Stop talking like the doors are already opening. Start walking like the path is already cleared. You don't need to wait until everything looks perfect. You don't need to wait until everybody believes in you. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. Talk bigger now. Walk bigger now. Move like the blessing is already in motion. God didn't make you average. If you were supposed to be regular, you wouldn't have the dreams you have. There's a reason why you see life differently than some of the people around you. There's a reason why certain dreams keep tugging at your heart even when you try to ignore them. You weren't built for mediocrity. You weren't wired to just wake up, go through the motions, and fade into the background. There's something unique, something powerful, something divine about you that refuses to settle for less than what you were created for. Average was never supposed to satisfy you. That's why deep down you feel restless when you're living below your potential. That's why you get frustrated when you know you're capable of more, but you're stuck doing less. It's not arrogance. It's not impatience. It's a calling trying to wake you up. It's destiny trying to get your attention. You can dress it up, you can push it down, you can drown it out for a while, but it's never going to leave you alone because God didn't put that dream in you just for decoration. He put it there because he plans to do something through you that only you can do. If you were meant to be regular, you wouldn't have visions that scare you. You wouldn't have ideas that stretch you. You wouldn't be able to see a life so much bigger than the one you're living right now. That's not a mistake. That's proof that you've been marked for more. That's evidence that you're carrying something inside you that the world needs. Average doesn't pull at your spirit the way greatness does. Ordinary doesn't stir your soul the way purpose does. And that's because you weren't designed to fit into the mold that society tries to hand you. You were designed to break molds, to set new standards, to walk in rooms and shift atmospheres. You were made to inspire, to build, to create, to lead, to heal, to change lives. And the path to all that won't always be easy. It won't always make sense. There will be moments when you feel overlooked, moments when you feel misunderstood, moments when you wonder if you're crazy for believing you were made for more. But those moments are part of the process. They are not proof that you're wrong. They are proof that you're right on track. The enemy of your destiny is not failure. It's settling. It's making peace with average when greatness is calling your name. It's shrinking your dreams down to the size of your comfort zone instead of stretching your faith to the size of your calling. If God wanted you to be regular, he would have made you satisfied with just getting by. But he didn't. He gave you dreams that won't let you sleep. He gave you visions that won't leave you alone. He gave you a fire in your belly that refuses to die no matter how many disappointments you face.